So who really is a Sixth Ranger and an extra hero? Now, for people who don't know, Gokaiger is celebrating the 35th anniversary of all the series in Super Sentai. Their special main abilities are to pirate or copy and are able to use the past Ranger teams. Now, everyone knows that all the various Super Sentai teams have their problems and they don't perfectly line up. Now, for example, Battle Fever J. They're not really colors, they're simply countries. Battle Japan, Miss America, for example. So they have to simply pick the order of which Ranger would be for that series. Or for example, Vulcan. That series only has 3 Rangers, so only 3 of the Rangers can operate them. So we have these various different problems that crop up onto the main team. Now, fortunately enough, the main core 5 team members of each of the Super Sentai overall have no objection to what Ranger controls what. However, several main issues come around with the 6 Rangers and the extra heroes for the various series. Now, in Gokaiger, Ikari Gai is the 6th Ranger in the series. He's able to control the powers of the past 6 Rangers, including himself. Now, his main henshin device is the Gokai Cellar that has all the powers of the 6 Rangers. Now, the main problem is that comes along with who he's able to control, who deserves the 6th Ranger title, and who deserves the extra title. Now, officially, Toei acknowledges DragonRanger officially as the first 6th Ranger, coincidingly, conveniently lining up to MMPR Season 1. But in Ikari Sentai Max Man in 1987, they had a precursor of the 6 Rangers called X1 Mask. He was only used in 1 episode, but they officially acknowledged him as a precursor to the 6 Rangers. So basically, he should be counted toward the Super Sentai teams as well. He does not fall under a 6th Ranger position, nor does he fall under an extra hero position. Next up comes KakuRanger. Now, he's the second 6th hero in the 1993 series DaiRanger. He's also the first hero to be of a child. He's simply a young kid, 12, 13-year-old kid in the series. Next comes the 1994 series KakuRangers. Now, in KakuRangers, they did not have a 6th hero in KakuRangers. There was the main core 5, and we had a 6th person called Gingaman. Now, unfortunately, Gingaman is not officially counted as a 6th hero, but is also not counted as an extra hero, and is basically being currently ignored in Gokaiger. Next up, we have KingRanger from Choriki Sentai Ohrangers. He's the second 6th Ranger to be from a kid. He's a teenager at this point. That's the reason why, if you ever saw him in Power Rangers Zeo footage, he's a little bit shorter than everyone. That's because he's a teenager in the series. But there's no confusion at all. He's officially counted as the 6th hero in Ohrangers. Now, next up is another confusion part with Gekisou Sentai CarRanger. Now, Signalman officially doesn't count toward a 6th Ranger, but as an extra hero, but they do have an official release of his key. Unfortunately, VRV Master, aka the Phantom Ranger in America, there is no official acknowledgement of his character as Gingaman. He's basically being ignored and doesn't count toward anything, and we have no idea if we'll ever get a key to him. Next up, we have Mega Rangers. He's basically controlled by Guy on keypad number 3. There's no problems in this series at all. Next series, however, is Seijyu Sentai Gingaman. Officially in the series, Hyuga is not considered part of the Gingaman team. Even though he officially supports the team as the 6th Ranger position, Bull Black is not officially counted as a 6th Ranger, and unfortunately is moved to extra hero. It's very confusing, especially when he finally appeared not too long ago on Gokaiger's. Guy got his key as well. So is he an extra hero or a 6th hero? Next up, we have Kyuukyuu Sentai GoGo 5. Now, this series officially has no 6th Ranger. Of course, the 6th Ranger was added to Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Now, this will cause a serious headache for American fans. Are we going to acknowledge the Titanium Ranger on Guy's suit, or are we going to make him some sort of ambassador, mentor, so that they can simply exclude him from the footage, they don't have to reshoot stuff, or completely ignoring him, which will cause fans to go crazy because it's we want the Titanium Ranger key, we want to see him on the suit, blah, blah, blah. However, in the movie, they did make a semi-6th Ranger extra hero in the movie, but unfortunately, the character was called Sig Tector, He officially died in the movie, but his powers were transferred to a character that was in GoGo 5, then she transformed into Seijyu. But unfortunately, this character is not acknowledged as a sixth hero or as an extra hero. After GoGo 5's confusion, we have finally a coherent Time Fire is an official 6 for DaiRanger, Gal Silver is an official 6 for GaoRanger, and Shinkenger is the official 6 for Hyaku. Now, here we have a problem with the AVCHD season. Now, officially, AVCHD is counted toward as a 6th Ranger, even though the team originally has only 5 Rangers. But he's officially counted on the Gokaiger. He's on position number 8, and also gave the primary power to Gai's mechas. His power controls Go-Jujin. Now, originally, when AVCHD was airing, a few fans were considering AVCHD Max, the power-up to the red AVCHD, to be the 6th hero in the team. Now, officially, this was debunked immediately after the ending of AVCHD. They officially do not count the power-up because it wouldn't make any sense. Why would you count this power-up and not other power-ups as separate Rangers? Now, the next confusing Ranger team, DekaRanger. Officially, Toei counts DekaBreak as the 6th hero. He's on the pound key on the Gokaiger. Now, several people will be asking, why wouldn't DekaBreak be counted as the 6th Ranger in the DekaRanger team? Now, everyone knows DekaRanger has 10 Rangers in the team as a complete set. That's the reason why the series is called Deka meaning 10. But the problem comes is because DekaMaster premiered before DekaBreak. So there are several people who constantly argue, is DekaMaster the 6th or DekaBreak? Officially, DekaBreak is the 6th because his suit is 6. While the remaining Rangers, Swan, Bright, and Gold were only used rarely, and Gold being only used inside the movie. Next up we have is Maji Shine. He is the official 6th Ranger for the Maji Rangers. He's on position 9 on the Gokaiger. And of course, the extra Rangers for the Gokaiger are Maji Mother and Wolzard Fire. The purple Wolzard is officially not no longer counted because he was turned good at the end of Maji Rangers. For the next series, Go-Go Sentai Boukenger, Bouken Silver was officially counted as the 6th. But the next hurdle comes from GekiRangers. Now, everyone knows that there's only 5 Rangers in this series as well. Geki Red, Geki Blue, Geki Yellow. Geki Violet is part of a separate team, and Geki Chopper is part of a separate team as well. Now, the problem comes from AVCHD. Now, AVCHD was counted as the official 6th Ranger for that team, even though he's position 5. But why isn't Geki Chopper counted as the 6th Ranger for the GekiRangers? He is the last Ranger to appear on the team, so why wasn't he counted as the 6th Ranger for his team? That's the reason why he's not on the Gokaiger. But it's just very confusing to why AVCHD counts, but Geki Chopper doesn't. The only logical explanation I can give of why Toei decided to make Geki Chopper a part of the main core team rather than making him the 6th Ranger similar to AVCHD is probably because his changers are identical to the main team, but AVCHD has the Dino Miner completely different from the AVCHD team. So that's my only logical explanation of why Killer counts as 6, but Chopper doesn't. Also in GekiRanger, we also have Ryo and Melee. They also count as extra heroes, which is perfectly fine. Next up, we have Engine Sentai Go-Onger. Now, this series gave a little bit of confusion to fans as well. Officially, on the Gokaiger, Go-On Gold and Go-On Silver are counted at the same time on position 5. Now, a Guy can transform either in Go-On Gold or Go-On Silver. Now, people are wondering, why does Guy have access to Go-On Silver instead of just Go-On Gold? The reason why this happens is that Go-On Gold technically is the 6th Ranger of the Go-Onger series. However, Go-On Silver is part of the Go-On Wings team. You really can't split them up, so that's the reason why they decided to put them together. After that series, we come Shinkenger. Shinken Gold officially counts as the 6th Ranger of the series. We have no problems there. However, the next issue comes with the next series, Tensou Sentai Gosei. Officially by Toei, Gosei Knight counts as the 6th Ranger for the Goseigers. Gosei Knight on the series is an artificial person. He's really a header, part of the Gosei machines, but for some reason, Toei wanted to officially count him as the 6th hero. Now, this brings up a lot of problems. The problem is, Gosei Knight on Goseiger was more of a support character, basically meaning he was similar to Signal Man and Ninja Man, but he's counted as a 6th Ranger in Gokaiger. This is the reason why fans are arguing who's a 6th hero, who's as an extra hero. He counts as a 6th hero, but the others do not. Now, another problem brought up with this is Datus. Now, Datus is an extra character for Goseiger as well. He's simply the robot and an assistant to the Goseigers, and every now and then helps out in the field. In Gokaiger, he's not counted as an extra hero at all, but the problem arises because of Zubon. Now, Zubon is an extra assistant, an auxiliary Zord, as you can say. He's the sword, he transforms into a person, and can grow big, just like Datus. But for some reason, Datus is not counted, but Zubon is counted as an extra hero. You can even also say, why isn't Cologne counted as an extra hero from the 1985 Super Sentai series Choju Sentai Live Man? She basically falls under the same thing. She's a robot, she is a humanoid design, and can fight. So this is my interpretation of how I would like it to be interpreted as who's an extra hero and who's the sixth hero. The way everyone interprets who is a sixth hero and who's an extra hero is always up in the air. No one can decide on what. People don't agree on the toy official way they decide it, and people always like, this one counts as this and this one counts as this. What do you guys personally think? Do you agree on the logic of how Toy has everything set up and how this character is the sixth hero and this character is an extra, while this one isn't and well this one is? Or do you personally like how I have it set up where it makes a little bit more sense? Again, leave your comments below on what you think who is the six heroes and who are extra heroes in the Super Sentai universe. And also we have to deal with other extra characters. For example, we have Shibakaru, who is the second Shinken Red. She is considered as an extra character, but she can also count as the main leaders for the Shinkenger. There's so many different ways you can deal with all these extra rangers and extra characters. We also have Gosei Green, who officially had died in GoGanger. He officially could have been the sixth official ranger, or he can count as an extra hero if he wasn't killed.